me tonight, don't tell me tonight. I just wanna live, I just wanna live in this moment. The moment got a real trill, fairy tale feel to it, baby, don't it? Own it with me, try to clone it with me forever.
It's G3MS TV, getting y'all the hottest gems out the city. Go ahead and let them know what gem we finna drop.
It's good. I am buddyjames, the Mobilion himself, all that good shit.
Alright, buddyjames. Where you get that name from, buddyjames?
It was my pop's name, man. He passed like in 2011. So like after he died, I wanted to kind of make it tied into family. Like I wanted my name to mean something more than just a stage name. So I figured I'd take my dad along for the ride with me. So
yeah, that's good though. Alright, so buddyjames, where you grew up at?
First half of my life was in Pritchard on McGee Street. Went to Maysville for a year, and then we've been on DIP ever since. Been in and out of Mobile a few times for like school. Was in Montgomery for a few years, but for the most part DIP. Came back to Mobile to work on my sound, so DIP where I'm normally at.
Alright, so what high school you attended?
BC Rain, middle of DIP. I'm DIP for real.
You just said something about you going to college. What college you attended?
Shit, but I went to state. It's crazy. I went to state for a semester when I first started. Whole bunch of bullshit up there. So I got out of the. I went to Concordia for a semester because I wanted to come back to South for football, but South program hadn't started yet. So they made me go to Concordia and Selma just for spring training to practice up that bit to get in shape. Then I came back to Mobile the fall of what, like 09 or some shit for South, and I was in South for a few years. Got tired of that shit because I wasn't really doing nothing I wanted to do. Kind of was just going through the motions with that shit. So I love trying to figure out music one way or another, and kind of went around in a little whirlwind for a minute and ended back up in Alabama State, and that shit ended up being the best move I made when I went back. So like hell, I went there, just knew how to write songs. I left that bitch a producer, engineer, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. So
you said you played ball?
yeah, man, played ball most of my life, man. Like anybody who know, if anybody recognize the name buddyjames, they gonna know my dad because he was a coach. He coached like part league ball, like forever. I played for Bessemer, but anybody who gonna really remember me from ball gonna be from Peter Park. Like
you played for Belma? You played with Mark Barron?
Yeah, I played with him young. We were like super young then. Like played with him super young then, and then when I was at Peters, my last year at the park, St. Paul was coming trying to recruit from the championship game. My mama ain't really trust white people though, so she gonna let me go over there. So I was pissed though, cause my senior year, that's when them niggas won the championship. Mark Barron, Ivan Matchett, AJ McCann, everybody. I was fuck off over on that team.
What position you played?
Running back, fullback, linebacker, all that type of shit.
What you play? Outside, inside? What you play?
Outside, man, outside. Had to catch me a pick or two here and there.
So alright, in college, what you got? What your major was? What you got the degree in?
Audio engineering, man. Recording and music and recording arts at Alabama State. I'm actually getting ready to go to grad school at Middle Tennessee State in Murfreesboro, Tennessee next month. Actually, I'm leaving next month to go up there for trying to get my master's in the same thing. So
It's all about music for you.
yeah, man. I'm trying to make like music my all around. No matter what I do, whether I blow up in front of a camera or not. Music gonna be what pay me, so I kind of got a little plan right now that I need this master's degree in order to put into place. So I'm working on it.
Alright, we gonna talk about you pledged in this fraternity. Like
yeah.
what fraternity you in?
Yeah, man, I pledged Kappa Alpha Psi, man. I ate a new chapter in South Alabama, man. Yeah, love it.
Alright, how you separate yourself from other artists?
Shit. Kind of like, you almost kind of gotta not listen to niggas. Like, as much as that might sound weird, like, I listen to everybody, but like when I'm creating, I kind of I go away from that shit, so I don't sound like whoever my favorite nigga is at the time. Like right now, my favorite rapper like Lil Baby. So if I'm listening to Lil Baby all day, then I turn on the beat, I'm probably gonna start trying to spit like Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I rather like, you know, give it a minute, like listen to some old school, something that I know I can't sound like, just kind of get like smooth vibe in my head, then I'll create from there.
So you don't pattern yourself after anyone?
Try not to. I try not to, man. I can't hone the Mobile in order to create my sound for real, because I feel like we got a lot of artists here, but we don't really take advantage of like all the shit that's Mobile is fuck about music, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was in Montgomery, I realized don't nobody listen to All Blues Saturday the way we listen to it. You feel me? So we got a blues to us naturally. Like it's so much soul in everybody because we all had to listen to that shit growing up, you know? So I came back to be a part of that. When I was in Montgomery, my shit was starting to sound real Montgomery. Like everything was just trapped out. Like, and I was like, man, I ain't that type of artist. So I wanted to kind of get home to find my sound like the way I found it.
So what would you say your sound is?
I say, shit, if you let Apple Music tell it, they say I'm every fucking thing. I say my sound really like more R&B, soul, and hip hop. It's like a tie of three. And I even play with old blues songs. Like I'll flip an old song. Like last $2, I got a song called Last 2 Grams. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know I'm not gonna lose them hoes. You feel me? Like, so it's just like playing off stuff like that. That's our culture. Like when we hear Last $2, we gonna vibe out. Somebody from New York might be like, what the fuck is this? But if you from down here, that song means something to you. You know what I'm saying? So I like flipping stuff like that.
How you got your Twitter so big? You know what I'm saying? You got.
Niggas think I'm funny. Like I just be saying shit. Like my Facebook is really what's booming, but my Twitter, like Facebook is my business. Like for his music, like Facebook verified me last year, so I'm like, whoa, let me be careful what I put on here, cause I don't want them to like, you know, take a nigga check away or no weird shit, cause they will. They told me. But like Twitter, I can go there and just release. Like I can talk my shit. Like I can be political if I want to. I could be a dickhead if I want to. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't apologize on Twitter. That's my guidelines for Twitter. I don't give a fuck what I say. I just can't apologize.
So what's one thing you want the fan to remember you? You know what I'm saying? Know about you?
I want you to be like, when everybody mention me, like, bro, that nigga love Mobile food. Like that nigga love Mobile. Like I don't want it to ever be a question. Like I don't care where I go, like where I ever live at. I don't want nobody to be like, oh man, he's so comfortable, like nah, Mobile home. Like that's all I care about. Your city is your city, whoever you are, but this shit mine. That's how I look at it.
I showed the post tech that guy. You got that tech?
Oh yeah, that Mobilion tech, man, I had to get it. I had to ink it on me, man. Mobilion, the brand, like, it's everything to me. Like, I was nervous about getting it, but I'm like, man, fuck it, man, we're gonna go and do it. Like, put it on me, let people know it's real, man. So it done made a lot of money for me, so why not?
We talking about that brand.
Talk about the clothing brand, like where you got that idea from, you know what I'm saying?
School again, that's what's gonna trip you out, man. So much stuff came from literal school for me. When I was at State, Dr. William Ashbourne, I was in an artist management class, and I don't have a manager, so in that class, I even kept the book from that class to go over from time to time. He said I needed a brand, something that could represent me when I went in the room, and I was like, damn, that deep. You know what I'm saying? Logo on the brand. So I sat on it for a while. I talked to my homegirl Celeste up there. She used to always call me a Mobilion jokingly or whatever. So I was like, one day it just hit me. I'm like, I'm gonna just go with that. But I ain't know what the logo could be. And I was like, what's Mobile? Like, what's Mobile without saying it's Mobile? And I thought, shit, Mardi Gras, moon pie. When we see a moon pie, we know what it is. We know what that, you know, that mean to us. So I felt like if I tied what I was doing into that, everybody would connect with it, and it did. It connect big time during Mardi Gras, so hey, love that.
So you also produce your own music and you make your own beats?
Do it all, man. Like one man band for the most part.
You don't have to spend your money nowhere else.
Right. Save a lot of money to spend it. Like everything I would have spent on something else, I just spent on promotion. Like I got a real good partnership with Facebook right now. So I talk to them maybe like once or twice a week, like Facebook marketing, and we kind of go back and forth on what my goals are and what they can help me do. you know what I'm saying, how we can meet in the middle, you know what I'm saying. So every extra penny I got go to that.
So, yeah, you go ahead.
I'm just saying you deep off in that in the Facebook.
Yeah. Cause it was like, it's like, man, with music you can, like, it's a whole business devoted to taking advantage of niggas trying to make it in music. Like, it's a whole business. Like, niggas will be like, yeah, pay me this, and then I can help you do this. And then you pay that, and then you don't get half the results them niggas say. You feel me? But with Facebook, I was able to like learn it, like, and adjust. So now Facebook was calling me at first trying to figure out how I figured out what I knew. So then I'm like, damn, I must really know something. So I wasn't telling them everything I knew, so they could tell me more shit that I need. And I'm like, oh, I already knew that shit. Then they tell me something else, then we just meet in the middle. So like I said, it went from, I used to have to like set an appointment with them and they'll hit me 3 days later, to now I can set an appointment, they'll call me in 15 minutes. So that's how I know I'm doing something right. So I'm spending some good money with them and they want to keep the money coming either way. As long as I'm getting results, shit, they can have it. I don't care.
Alright, for as you're being an artist and then a producer, which one you got the most passion for?
I feel like I got the most passion for being an artist, but I'm so driven as a producer because I'm the newest to producing. So I'm more insecure about my beats. Like, that shit could be hard to somebody else and I'm like, I don't know, man. That shit probably could be, that bass could be knocking a little bit more. What you think? What you think? You straight? I don't know. Like, I do that all the time. I mix every song 1,000,000 times. Like, whatever version you heard, that's probably version 98. Like, just cause I got time and I can do it. Like, that's it.
You got a certain type of beat that you make, like trap beats, soul beats?
Depending on the day. Because I think I'm making some shit that's one thing, and then when I put out a project full of that, Apple Music will label it something else. Like, I'll be like, alright, this R&B, and they be like, nope, that's pop.
I keep hearing you mention Apple Music, so you big on Apple Music too?
I feel, yeah, my best streaming numbers on Apple Music, I think. Like, yeah, for anything.
Do you got mixtapes or you just got the singles you be putting out?
Oh no, I mean, I don't really like to call them mixtapes because they ain't really mixtapes. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we call shit mixtape because we were supposed to. Like, nigga was like, it's a mixtape. I'm like, nah, just because niggas ain't buying it crazy, it's still an album, nigga. It's still an album. Like, I created it from scratch. These ain't nobody else beats. All original songs, these albums. You can call them what you want them. They free wherever they free at. Still albums.
How many albums you have out?
I think 7 right now.
Name a couple on for the people can go and check them out.
New Blues Saturday is probably my biggest one. Growing Pains is my most recent one. Growing Pains is an EP though. It ain't really an album. I think that's another EP. But New Blues Saturday, that's the one that kind of got people to paying attention. Like about a year ago, year and a half. So.
That's the one with Drifting? No.
That's actually Buddy Love too. I put out that one after I put out Drifting. I put out that as a single, and that shit just went crazy.
Let's never drift apart. If your feelings ever change, tell me don't play with my heart. Tell me don't play with my drifting. And baby, don't play with my drifting.
Alright, I just put out a project just because that shit was going good. Like, I had enough music too. I'm like, look, let's just give them a project. I ain't want to just give them one song when I can give them a whole project. So I just.
Like that's the hardest song that you created so far?
No, not at all.
The biggest? Like,
yes.
Platform?
Matter of fact, no, it's not. Nia, my song Nia and Change My Mind. Those two songs are bigger than Drifting, but Drifting video, I feel like its impact was bigger. Like, cause Nia has like 500,000 views, but Drifting video is at like 350-some thousand, but that shit count. Like, motherfuckers was talking to me about Drifting. Like, Nia kind of is everywhere else. Drifting is like a Mobile. I feel like it's a Mobile thing.
What inspired that song?
Drifting? Man, I wish I want to give y'all such a cool story about that shit, but I would be lying, bro. Like, I just make music. I just do. Like, and the first sound I put on that beat was the guitar shit that's in that beat, like a little acoustic guitar. and I was playing. I was like humming, like, you know what I'm saying, like on some shit. And I said drifting on the fantasy. That turned, I said drifting on the fantasy, because at first I was singing drifting on the memory, ain't no place, that shit, or whatever, joking like, and I was like, man, I can flip that shit. So then I said drifting on the fantasy, and I was just like, if I can rhyme this shit here, we out here. Then I was turned to reality, like, that's it. Recorded that bit that night, and then like, I wouldn't let nobody hear it though. I thought it was good, but I'm like, maybe I just think it's good. I'm gonna sit on it for a minute, and then I let my sister hear it. She played that shit on repeat like for like an hour.
Hold on. Shout to tell everybody about your sister business though.
Oh,
you gotta shout the sister.
Gotta shout out, man. My big sister AJ Reagan, man. She got Adelaide's Catering. She the GOAT. She the GOAT. She cook. She gonna give you the best customer service. GOAT, like all around, and she gonna show up in like the French little chef shit with my nieces, and they sweet.
Alright, now you can finish the story.